In terms of our hard border with South Australia, 2 flights were scheduled yesterday from Adelaide. 1 got cancelled, 1 came in. The flight that came in, 2 people were turned around. Of the 87 people who were admitted to quarantine and testing, they were, I'm advised, are overwhelmingly, if not exclusively, returning West Australians. So we said there'd be a compassionate exemption for West Australians in South Australia to get home, and obviously people are taking advantage of that and being quarantined and tested. I think the figures overnight show that the biggest threat to the state is overseas arrivals of Australians returning home. That's why we have to have our quarantine system and our hotels well managed and avoid any of the pressures and problems that occurred in Victoria and South Australia. It's very, very important that we continue to manage that system well. So obviously what's happened in South Australia means we are ultra cautious. So Victorians and New South Wales people have to quarantine for 2 weeks and be tested. Changing that regime will get further medical advice, but what's happened in South Australia makes me more determined than ever to be cautious. My view is the best thing to do is keep the virus out. Keep the virus out. The model by which you have outbreaks and then contact trace and crack down on it is not the best model. That seems to be the New South Wales model. It is not the best model. Our model, whereby you keep it out, is a better model. We're just determined to continue down that track. If we do get outbreaks against our best efforts, obviously we'll deal with those, and we have the systems in place to do so. We have a different view to some states about how to manage it. I have a different view to the Commonwealth about how to manage it. But overall, we've worked relatively cooperatively, and the results are there for all to see. Australia has been a beacon to the world of how to deal with COVID. And whilst some states do it differently to others, broadly we've worked well. I haven't really enjoyed or appreciated the constant carping from some Commonwealth ministers about our border. Our border works, it is effective, it is proven. I'd urge them to stop, but generally we've worked well as a country together.